been a while since I've shown you the Discus tank, and that's because I'm a little bit embarrassed. Not everything is as it seems. So from a distance here, everything is looking really, really good, right? I mean, the fish are super healthy, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with them at all. Colours looking fantastic. You can see they're popping like crazy. I mean, this guy in the middle here likes to stay where he is. He's just always there. This is his little area. Doesn't seem to be a problem at all. It's been like that for months now. He's still feeding regularly, eating really well. But the problem I'm talking about, look, from here, look, everything looks good. We've got a big green island. I mean, it's not that interesting and I want to change it. But what's wrong? The reason I'm not changing it, we've got this really weird green algae. Guys, look, right when I want to show everyone something. Right, there we go, you can see it there. Look, on all the Java fern roots, you can see this really weird green algae. Now, I did think that it was cyanobacteria, but that is... It's not food time yet. It's 5 AM or just gone 5 AM. I've only just got in. You can probably hear from my voice. Look, there's more examples of it there, look, on that rock. Now, I did think it was cyanobacteria, but it's not, because I've blitzed a tank with a chemical that I use. What's it called? It's called like Ultralife, and it gets rid of cyanobacteria straight away. Well, this hasn't gone at all. It didn't touch it. And also, there's nothing in the sand, which normally happens straight away with cyanobacteria. It just coats the whole sand area. The Corey's doing great, by the way. Look at them. But yeah, I don't know what it is. It's obviously just algae, and this is the only tank with reduced lighting. Like, all my tanks run on 12 hours of lighting. This one's got more like 8 hours of lighting. The light's also diffused by this corrugated plastic on top. So we've got quite a bit of algae in here. So there are a few other things I've done as well. So I've taken both of the filters out that we've got in here, completely cleaned them in tank water. I didn't blitz them in the tap, killing all the bacteria with chlorine. No, I cleaned them in tank water. In fact, they weren't actually that bad. So I was doing big feedings every single day for the fish, and I'm gonna cut down a little bit. I'm gonna cut it down, reduce it by about half, to be honest. I was definitely doing more than I needed to. I mean, the fish are really chunky, which is a really good sign. So we don't wanna mess with it too much and monitor the situation, just see how things are going. But I think I'm basically putting too many nutrients into the tank. I also made the mistake of thinking this was cyanobacteria, reading somewhere that you need more sort of phosphates and things like that to stop it continuing, and I put in a load of like special fertilizer, and I think I just gave it way too many nutrients, and now the tank is as it is. But in the last 2 days, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I'm not even sure, I did a massive water change. I did like 75% water change, which is not something I usually do, and hopefully that's going to make a big difference. Click subscribe. So as many of you know, I've had the Buddha aquarium set up for a while now, and I haven't put the goldfish in. That's what the plan was, to put the goldfish into that tank. And here is the tank looking absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's nice, don't get me wrong, but it's become crazily overgrown. Look at this myofilm stuff. This one here that's just covering everything. It grows super fast, so I'm really gonna have to get on top of that as soon as possible. You can't even see the Buddha anymore, so I'm gonna hack this right back. Quick time lapse, go. Well, isn't that now just looking lovely? So nice. Right, this would be the perfect time to add fish, wouldn't it? Now, remember, the plan was to add the goldfish here. Let me explain why that hasn't happened and why I'm not doing it right now. So if I take you guys back about 1.5 years ago now, I actually bought 3 round chew goldfish. They were quite small at the time. I wouldn't say babies, but they weren't very big. Anyway, I lost one of them, Chocolate, quite shortly after. I'd say about 1.5 months, 2 months, something like that. Anyway, he passed away, and I had Ghost and Pumpkin. And then Ghost died about 6 months ago. So out of the original 3, just Pumpkin left. Pumpkin has now developed the exact same issues that those 2 appeared to have. Starting to float a lot and float in funny ways. Basically, it's a swim bladder issue, and apparently it's really common with this type of goldfish. Okay, there's Pumpkin. So she's showing some really good signs of improvement at the moment, actually. She seems pretty good there, but when she relaxes, you'll see. So look at the bum, the little wiggly bum trying to come up into the air. Unless she forces it back down from swimming, it keeps wanting to do that. Now, she was just sitting at the top, and I tried to do the pea. You like microwave a pea, and you peel off the shell, and then you feed them that. She ate it straight away, and then you don't feed them after that, and just let it do its thing. Well, it is showing some signs of improvement, which is good, because like I say, she was just floating up here somewhere constantly. Obviously, she's going into the top, and then the flow would sort of just push her over there. So she's coming down. She's still eating as well, because I did that a few days ago and I fed them today. Hopefully she will be okay. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for, but I still don't think it's a good idea to start changing tanks and things like that. I mean, there is plenty of room in here for them, let's be honest. It's a big tank with not a lot in it. Now, obviously, if I knew that this was a common thing, I probably wouldn't have bought them, because nobody wants to buy something knowing that you're supporting something being done that shouldn't be, maybe? I don't know. I'm all for like breeding cool species and stuff, but if that species is very commonly, you know, gonna have problems, is that good? I don't think it is. But I just don't think it's a good idea to put her or Ember in that tank, and I think we should do something else in there with some other fish. I'm not really sure what though. So currently, guys, I've got quite a few plant grow out tanks dotted around both of the studios. So for instance, down here, I've got one that I just put pots in. Next to it over here, I've got actual soil, and we've got lots of nice green stuff growing over there. Technically speaking, the new Dutch style tank that we've set up is a plant grow out. I mean, it looks great, doesn't it, as well? Over here in the second studio, you can see here we've got a plant grow out tank. This one's fantastic, by the way. My classic LED floodlights working a treat and spinning around. Down beneath the Amazon aquarium is another plant grow out, which has been overtaken by this plant. I need to just take it out, trim it right back. It grows so fast. But overall plant health is insane. Now, plant grow out tanks actually look really good, so I want to have a bit more of a display area, but not taking up space for proper tanks, you know, proper setups. I suppose they are proper setup, you know what I mean. So normally this area is unseen. I just walk past through it quickly. But at the moment, I've got a ton of boxes in here with different things in. I've got an empty tank we can use there. But I can use these little racks here. They're more than strong enough to put some 60cm tanks on. I can actually fit like 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 4 in this area. I just use that whole section as my plant grow out section. I kind of like the idea of having everything in one place rather than dotted around. And it'll just look awesome as well to come through like each time and see what's going on. It's not down too low, so I'll be able to see it all and keep an eye on it and keep up with the maintenance. So this one here used to be my old desk. So what I need to do is cut it down to size, get these on the same level and push them both right back against this wall, because at the moment they won't fit and that would really annoy me. Right, there we go, looking pretty sweet, but I don't really trust the sort of thickness of all of this, so I want to bolster up these. Bolster, is that a word? I don't know. I want to just chunk up the sides a bit of some wood, and I want to go for the look that we've got here with the Amazon aquarium. I really like this wood, like on that, and then also over here on the Dutch style hybrid aquarium as well. So you can see there, I've put some big chunky bits of wood in those back sections. The front ones are still open. I don't want black at the foreground, so I want, like I say, I want that wood stain effect. So let's just get those attached now. Right, there we go, strengthened everything up. Now I want to put the wood stain onto that wood, because that looks silly at the moment. It might look silly with the wood stain, we'll see. Maybe I'll do it all black, I don't know yet. Oh yes, they're looking awesome, and don't worry, I can still reach like the light switch and the thingy, the fire thingy there. But yeah, what they need now is black backgrounds, water, aqua soil and plants. Go. Right, this is going to sound weird, but I now need to break down the Killifish aquarium. This has been set up for a while now. You guys have only recently seen it in the build, but I've actually had it here for like well over a month now. And the reason I need to do that is because I need that tank. I need that tank, and I also need that tank underneath there, you see, because they're both the same. These are the low quality ones. So I'm going to place the low quality ones on the bottom and those two good ones on the top, and then I've got space for some even better aquariums. I've got 2 more of those, so you see there's one there that can go in one of the spaces, and I've got another one that can go in that space, because they're bigger, better, and just, yeah, better overall for everything. Now I don't want to escape these tanks, but I do want them to look good because this is the outside area of the studios. People will inevitably walk up here and take a look, and I will see them. So I want to do something that presents well. And in terms of presentation, I think this tank worked out really well with having a little border at the front, so you could put smaller plants and that in, maybe some mosses, that kind of thing, and then the stems and things like that all behind it. So I think I'm going to do it like that, at least on one or two of them. Oh yes, I think that's turned out really good. Nice and simple. I mean, it's not an aquascape, remember? So I've got room to put some mosses and things in the foreground. I'll do that later on. And then we've got space in between the plants actually to do trimmings and replants, so we can just get everything propagating and looking awesome. But yeah, really pleased with how that's turned out. And it's quite nice to have at the entrance, I think, to the studio. Both doors. Oh, that one's closed. Oh, this is not. Ignore this. So that is the end of the vlog, guys. As usual, if you've enjoyed this video, hit the like and subscribe button. I will see you on the next one.